We are giving Nigerian police 48 hours to release Sowore.
They arrested Mr. Sowore because, according to him, it is only fair that having arrested about 13 others and those persons in their...
So it would be most unfair to charge some people to court and leave the person that led them to commit that.
All right, guys, welcome back again. So still on this issue of Sowore's arrest, Obedient and Atiku Abubakar has given the Nigerian police 48 hours to release Sowore or face another protest. Yes, so a huge protest is coming if they fail to actually release Sowore within 48 hours. Now, Atiku Abubakar has released an official statement via his handle on Instagram. A lot of people criticize him though for coming out now, because according to them, during the time of Jonathan, when his party was ruling, he never came out to protest. Some people say that this is actually being political, but let's leave that. Let me take the statement released by the big man himself, which after I will take the comments made by some people and the video released by Fayose ahead of the upcoming protest for the release of Sowore and other protesters who have been held captive by the Nigerian police if they don't release them within 48 hours. So Atiku Abubakar said, I have just been informed of the arrest of human rights activist Omoyele Sowore by the Nigeria police, as well as the arrest of several other citizens who were peacefully protesting in different parts of the country. I am shocked and disappointed, but not surprised. Shocked that in 2025, decades after we defeated military rule, this government still treats dissent as a crime. Disappointed because those in power today once thrived on protests, but not surprised. Bola Tinubu continues to show Nigerians exactly who he is and what he intends to be if we allow him. Sowore's arrest inside a courtroom is a new low and open assault on democracy and a grave symbol of this administration's attempts for the rule of law. The arrest of other peaceful protesters across the country only deepens the stain. Protest is not a crime. It is a constitutional right. He went on. Sowore's arrest inside a courtroom is a new low. Okay, sorry. I therefore demand the immediate and unconditional release of Omoyele, Sowore, and all those arrested during and after the protest. The government must end its persistent harassment of dissenting voices. Yes, democracy cannot coexist with tyranny. Atiku Abubakar. Now, this was a statement Atiku Abubakar released on his, official handle, and then some people found this very okay. Some people said he has well spoken, while some people did not agree with it. So let's take this short comment before I will now take you to the video, regarding the reason why he was arrested. So when he was arrested for no reason, the police came out and said that they are arresting him because those that were arrested said that he was the one that led the protest to some areas that they say they are not supposed to protest. Mind you, they say they have released a court order, but there's no court order anywhere stating that this area and that area is out of ban for protest. Now, these are the statements released. These are the comments made by some of the some Nigerians, in regards to this statement released by Atiku Abubakar. Now, stay tuned, guys. So now this person replying, CY Rex said, when he protested during your administration with Obasanjo, you did not find your voice then. It's now that you are in opposition, you found motivation to write epistle. When it's your turn, that's if it can ever be your turn. Don't arrest Sowore, give him Minister of Protest. Now, another person, Bayo said, Atiku's condemnation of Sowore's arrest is an irony. During his tenure as vice president 1999 to 2007, Sowore was arrested at least 7 times for protesting against corruption and bad governance. Now, Menlik said, if they don't release him, what will you do? These were the opportunities APC was using in 2014/2015 to pressure and discredit Goodluck Ebele Jonathan. You have a just reason. call on all federal, state and local government chapters of ADC to occupy major spots until Tinubu released the protesters. Then Jimo said Egbon Sowo Boat invited Kanu's lawyer and brother to his protest and handed them over to the police there. Kanu invited Egbon Sowo Boat to court. He handed him over to the police 1-to-1. He shocked you. This person don dey talk out of points. I don't really understand him. Then let's take this last comment. Okay, let's take this one. This one says, let's call this what it truly is: a disgraceful display of cowardice and tyranny by a government that has completely lost its moral compass. How do you arrest a man inside a courtroom, a supposed sanctuary of justice, simply because he dared to speak truth to power? That's not democracy. That's the behavior of a paranoid regime choking on its own fear of accountability. Tinubu and his security cronies should be ashamed. The same people who once shouted freedom on the streets of Lagos now tremble at the sight of placards and peaceful citizens demanding better. The hypocrisy is nauseating. You can't claim to defend democracy while handcuffing its loudest defender. Sowore is not the problem. The rot in the system is. The intimidation, the lawlessness, the blatant disrespect for the constitution. That is the real threat to Nigeria's future. Arresting peaceful protesters will never silence the truth. It only exposes how insecure and intolerant this government has become. Then OG of Sokoto said, coming from you, this sudden defender of democracy, speech sounds like pure hypocrisy. Where was your outrage when protesters were brutalized under your party's watch? Nigerians haven't forgotten. Now you are pretending to care about rule of law just to score cheap political points. Spare us the drama. Democracy isn't prop for failed politicians. Then Akin Malaulu said, sir, I was equally concerned about what you objected, which was right. Sowore was invited today and he voluntarily followed the police to the station. If there must be an arrest for any phantom crime, I believe it must come with court warrants when laws and human rights are. Then don take the said, oga, make una come out just like Tinubu did during Jonathan. All these online things na sign of laziness and unseriousness. Then recovery all said, instead of talking much on here, come to Abuja, show who you really are. We will stand behind you as we stood behind Sowore. These are the statements that followed his speech. That statement he made on his official X handle, formerly known as Twitter. Now, let me take you to the reason why he was arrested. Take a look at this particular video that is trending, that was released by the police officers, and after which I'll bring you the video of Sowore stating that if within 48 hours he's not released, then go storm the street. Obedient are supporting this move because this is not just a party movement. This is a Nigerian. Sowore is a Nigerian and must be treated as such. This is not politics. When it comes to who you're supporting, it is different. But this case has to do with a Nigerian who is fighting for Nigerians at large. Now, take a look at this video, guys.
Today, Sowore has been arrested by the Nigerian police force. And you would ask, why was he arrested? It is very simple. The 13 people that were arrested previously all gave their statements, and there is a constant in all of their statements. Every one of them mentions that one omoyele led them into the restricted area in contravention of the court order. So it would be most unfair to charge some people to court and leave the person that led them to commit that more like their leader, the lead protester who told them and took them into the restricted area. And that's why in the spirit of fair play and to ensure that justice is served. Omoyele Sowore was arrested today, and like the others too, he wouldn't spend time with us. He wouldn't spend up to 24 hours with us. Once we wrap up the charges, he's going to be prosecuted. In fact, if everything goes right, our plan is to ensure that he is prosecuted today. He goes to court today. About the Nnamdi Kanu protest and what's the latest on it, you would remember that 8 people were arrested on Monday in the transport area of Abuja. They were arrested because they contravened the court order that restricted movement within those areas. Despite several warnings to them not to move into the restricted area, they charged headlong into the area, and like we warned 2 days before the protest in our statement that anybody that contravenes the order would be arrested and prosecuted. So, like one, we actually got them arrested, and 5 others around the Ministry of Finance also within the restricted area, bringing them to a total of 13. And they were arraigned the very next day. They didn't spend up to 24 hours in our custody. They were arraigned the very next day, and they've been remanded.
Well, guys, you know, this is a case of what will I even call it? You know, when it comes to Nigerians, the police people, the law will always catch up with us. But when it comes to bandits, there was a statement somebody made. Yes, the police will continue to arrest protesters until they turn to bandits. Then they will come to negotiate. Police will continue to do these arrests until one day it go tire them. See, they arrested Sowore because other protesters that were arrested say that Sowore led them to where they were, where they went to protest. Now, if you are arresting, Sowore and those protesters, fine. Arrest everybody that came out to protest. I think it's high time all of us come out. 200 million Nigerians, arrest all of us. And now put us in prison since we have accommodation. The rate of lawlessness in Nigeria today is at its peak. Like this administration, see, this is not politics, so let us call a spade a spade. When we are addressing issues like this, as it's concerned to Nigerians, leave your party, whether you be APC or you be any party at all. Speak the truth. If what is happening to Sowore now is happening to you, how would you take it? This is an act of lawlessness that must not be condoned if Nigeria must move forward. If for sure that there is still democracy in this country, then we must begin to condemn this. I mean, you're arresting somebody just because somebody came out, because you arrested the other person, that's why you must arrest him. No offense, he has not breached any rule of law, and you just arrested him just like that. Now, they say that they issued a court order, stating that there are some strategic locations that is out of ban for protesters. This statement was not released before the time of protest, and until today, the statement has not been released. This is to tell you how deep corruption has actually eaten into the system of this country. It don't need choke us. See, one day what happened in Nepal will take its core in this country, and until then, this issue that we are having we may not get away from it. Now take a look at this video. So we don't talk already. Say 48 hours we go mount. Everywhere go choke up. They go arrest tired. It's better that arrest everybody, put them inside prison. Yes, maybe now from there revolution go start. These people don't know what they are doing until revolution enter this country. Now then they go really understand that we, the citizens, are actually tired and we are choked up with the whole stuff that is going on in this country. Now listen to Sowore because it is something that you need to hear and get your mind prepared ahead of the upcoming mission. Watch the video, guys, and I'll be right back.
We are giving Nigerian police 48 hours to release Sowore, or else there will be another protest next week. Because up till now, you haven't published the court order that says we cannot have peaceful protest in our country. Peaceful protest is our right. Peaceful protest. It is our right to ask government to say, no, we are not happy with this. Do this, do that, change this, change that. It is not their government alone. It's government for the people, by the people. Government for the people, by the people, for the people. It is not government for some, by some, to some. So why protest is our right? Is our right, fundamental right. No be say you na dash us. So why arresting those people? And if you are saying there is court order or restriction in some areas, publish it, let us see. Then we can now know where they gone wrong. You cannot just tell us there is court order, invisible court order, and you are now picking protesters, locking them up. No, it is our right to protest. We can demand for anything at any time. So why the arrest? So next week will be full of protests, peaceful protest again, chocker-blocker. We will come out and demand for the release of the protesters that you have arrested, because it is our right. And if you are saying there is court order, publish it. Let us see the date of this order. Who gave this order? Let us know. Protest is our right. We will not be mugu in our country. The country belongs to all of us.
Benjamin Ondeyin, the first public relations officer, where he has said, or where he stated, that they arrested Mr. Sowore because, according to him, it is only fair that having arrested about 13 others, and those persons in their statement indicated that it was Sowore who led them, that it would be unfair to arrest them for protesting, in his own words, in certain restricted areas, without also arresting and prosecuting Mr. Sowore. What bothers me is that I know the gentleman, Benjamin Ondeyin, from Lagos, when he was the police PRO in Lagos. And some of us had cause to work with him, and we felt that he was a fine police officer. But this is Abuja, the capital of iniquity in our country, the capital of corruption in our country, where even people with good intentions are so easily compromised. So I'm not surprised that Ben Ondeyin will make such careless, very utterly irresponsible commentaries, on national television, to say that they arrested Sowore simply in the spirit of fairness, not because he has committed any offense. But let us even get to the substance of the matter. What is the allegation against Sowore? They are saying that Sowore participated or led protests in certain public places in Abuja, which, according to them, the police had gotten an order of court preventing protests for the release of Nnamdi Kanu from holding in those places. The said places include the villa, or anywhere close to the villa, the Eagle Square, Shegu Shagari Way, the Court of Appeal, the National Assembly, and a few other places, and the first headquarters. Now, what is the crime that has been committed? Assuming without considering, because at this time we are not even considering that the protest took place in all those places. I, for example, am not aware, you can correct me, that people went to the villa to protest. I am not aware that Sowore was at the National Assembly to protest. I am also not aware that Sowore went to the Court of Appeal to protest, or any other person who has been arrested in connection with this protest. So, pending when the police is able to tell us where exactly these restricted places are, that people actually defied the order of the court and protested, we will still have to give them the benefit of doubt. But assuming the protest actually took place in those places, has any crime been committed? My answer is no. Because in a worst case scenario, they will be talking about contempt of court. They can say they are in contempt. But I submit to you that as of this morning, I say on my honor that I have not seen any indication that either Sowore or any other protester is in contempt of court. I have read a copy of the order parroted by the police, made, by I use the word parroted advisedly, because in the order by the Honorable Justice G.M. Umar of the Federal High Court Abuja, my Lord essentially made about 4 orders. In the first order, the judge restricted protesters from certain places. In the second order, the judge circumscribed the time within which the respondents, defendants are supposed to respond to the suits filed by the police. He had breached the time. That is, he limited the time that they're supposed to respond to 9 a.m. on Monday, the 20th. The third order made, interestingly, I want you to take note of this. I have the order here in my cell phone. I can even read it out to you. The third order of the learned judge is very interesting. It says, the order of this court, together with the motion on notice, be served on the respondents today, Friday, the 17th of October, 2025. The vote is case adjourned to 20th October, 2025. This is the order of the court. I am willing to provide this to you for you to see it. What does this mean? What this simply means is that when the learned judge made this order, the judge knew that by law, an order of court is binding on a party or a person if certain preconditions are met. Number one, the person that the order seeks to bind must be a party to that action. Secondly, the order must be served on that person. So the judge was not mistaken when my lord ordered that the order be served on the police. As I am having this interview this morning with you, today, the 24th day of October, neither Sowore nor any other protester was served by the police with this order, either on the 17th of October, Friday, as ordered by the learned judge, or even as at this moment. So technically, they cannot say that Sowore has breached an order that has not been served on him.
Very, very delusional. Very, very delusional. Like this country, if you listen to Sowore and also you listen to the second speaker, you understand that these people has nothing. They have no stain, no any atom of crime being committed by Sowore. They are doing all of these things because they are trying to suppress the freedom of speech, the right to peaceful protest of the people. Now note that during the time of Goodluck Ebele Jonathan, this present administration, they carry protest for head. Them carry protest for head. Oh, they orchestrated protest and made protest like it was a normal thing in their era, which is okay. They agitated for their right then. No, this is the reason why Buhari succeeded. The same reason that brought in these crimes in governance in the name of government. The same way. And my problem is that our present leaders are not even coming out to protest with the people. Trust me, Nigerians will come out to protest when leaders like Atiku Abubakar, Elrufai, who was protesting then against Jonathan, against those, all those other governments that, they claim was oppressing Nigeria. These people protested and took us out of good governance and brought us into crime. Like it's funny. And now they are folding their hands. Sowore has been the only one, protesting. One voice is not enough to solve the problem of this country. We need collective voice. All of us need to begin to add our voice. This is the only way we can actually get what we are looking for. Look at what happened. During NSAS, when everybody came out they banned NSAS, even though they recruited the criminals into the different other arms of the government or of the forces. But at least there was an impact. They knew that, okay, the people were serious about this because it was nationwide. Today, you will call for protest. You will be like, say, now one region, now their thing. Because the Yorubas are the one in office, they don't want to come out to protest. Some people, because their houses in power, they don't want to come out to protest. And the Igbos will tell you that, if they come out, they will buy them. And you can't blame them that much. Because there's a lot of racism and genocide that is already going on all over the place. So people are afraid. But when their leaders come out, those leaders in offices that are occupying the Senate House, the governors come out, that is the only way they will understand that, okay, this is a collective effort. Yes, nobody is inciting violence. So Nobody is saying come out to be against the government. But is the government working? Are they actually impacting life? They say they are spending billions and trillions on infrastructure, but we are not feeling the impact of their so-called expenditure. They say they are borrowing money on daily basis. It's not they say it. We have seen them. This administration borrowed $6.63 billion from World Bank. Till today, we'll never see any single project where really makes sense. Look at the Lagos to Calabar Coastal Road. What have been done? These people have almost abandoned the project. Do you understand? What have they really achieved? And this project they are building, how is it even affecting the lives of Nigerians positively? How does it impact? How does it put food on the poor man's table? How does it, provide 3 square meals for the people? There was this saying then during the time of PDP, leadership that my government na chop I chop. This government na chop. Now them just dey chop alone. The people nothing gum the people for body. This is why the cry of the people, everybody is crying and lamenting. The government is bad, the government is this, because they are not seeing the impact of good governance. No food, no electricity, nothing. How are the people even surviving? This present administration said within their first year of assumption, if they don't stabilize power across Nigeria, giving us 24 hours power, that we should not vote them in. Maybe they don't campaign with, under darkness. They are campaigning right now in darkness. Nobody is saying anything about it again. All they are just 2 years old, they don't finish their work for 4 years. Now everywhere you go, Tinubu 5 million votes from the south. Edo governor, Governor G7, Okpebolo come and come talk say 2 million votes for am. What are they really doing? They don't even care about the people. They don't even care about how the Nigerian people are faring. Come Monday, because already, okay, today is, okay, from Monday, the protest go start if they no release Sowore. And other protesters, I think there are about 13 or 18 of them in prison. What did they do? Their crime is they came out to agitate for a better Nigeria. They want a Nigeria that is working, a Nigeria that has 24 hours electricity, a Nigeria that the cost of living is not killing the living. That is all they want. And you carry them into and you put them in the prison. This same administration headed by Tinubu used to be the one frontlining protests. Today is against protests, against placards. Placard now, they beat them like say na AK na bomb. Meanwhile, they are negotiating with bandits in the bush. This is why you need to come out. You need to begin to know that this country, it is by force. You take it by force. No violence, but we must come out collectively. See, your strength is bigger than the strength of these few hundred politicians, 109 senators sitting there representing over 200 million people, and they're doing nonsense, collecting allocations and putting it in their personal pockets. Well, guys, it is all left for Nigerians to decide. Don't forget to smash the like button, share this video because a lot of people need to see it. A big shout out there for all the obedience, and big shout out there for Nigerians. Big shout out for Atiku for lending his voice, even though it is full of hypocrisy and whatever it is. But they say at all na him bad pass. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you all on my next video.